What's good, guys? Omar Islam here, entrepreneur, mindset, Mr. Mindset, whatever you want to call it. A lot of entrepreneurs call me that, making more money than me because I help them with fucking mindset, and gym enthusiast, and yada, yada, yada. Today, we're going to be talking about a multitude of things, but the main topic is how to be yourself. Now, a lot of people think they are themselves, but in reality, they are not. Their subconscious mind, or aka the thing that controls your life, the thing that animates you into existence, 90% of your actions are derived from this. You can look it up, right? They act from an identity or an ego where they are not successful or where they are succumbing to society, right? A lot of people want to make a bunch of money, yet they're spending debt in college, which is fucking pathetic and useless. And sorry, guys, mind my language and mind my hostility in this video, but it's just the truth. I can't stand people like this whatsoever, right? I legitimately fucking can't, right? The first step, though, is understanding what you desire and what you want to run away from. And this is in Epictetus' discourses, and this is the only way to preserve the character that you actually want to become. You need to know what you're striving for and what you're running away from. If you know what you're running away from, you see a big fire, you're not going to want to get burned. You're going to run away. If you see a building falling, you're going to run away from that building. But what most people end up focusing on is what they desire. Yeah, I want the money, I want the nice girl, I want the nice cars, I want to travel. But that is good, but you need pain. The reason why you need pain is because biologically, we are wired in pleasure and pain, running away from pain and going towards pleasure. So take out a notebook, right? Genuinely, seriously, take out a notebook and ask yourself, what do you fear? For me, bro, I fear not having money. I fear not having the girl of my dreams. I fear just being broke, like completely fucking broke. And you must be going, don't focus on what you fear. We'll get into that, right? Because fear does not negate where I'm going to end up going. It does not pave the path. Only my consciousness does. But you need to understand this. A lot of people they know what they want, but they don't know why. Like, they don't know what to run away from. Once you know what to run away from, you that fear, that anxiety, it catapults you to become a better version of yourself. It catapults you to understand that you only have one life. Death is inevitable. It could happen any time, and now it needs to happen where I understand what I'm running away from. And when you understand what you're running away from and what you desire, which is the opposite of what you're running away from, truthfully, right? And this, you can extrapolate this in any fucking manner that you want, right? For example, some people don't want to be alone for the rest of their lives, so they need to create a social circle because that's what they're desiring. But that pain of being alone is what's going to move you forward. If you're broke, right, and you barely can pay the bills and you want to make money, people use that pain in a very bad way. They use it to victimize themselves, right? But you can't victimize yourself. That's fucking energy. And energy is emotions. Emotions, energy and motion. If you use that emotion and transmute it into something positive, just like when you're lifting the weights and becoming a fucking strong-ass version of yourself, then you're going to succeed. But you need to understand those two playing fields, right? Those two playing fields. Now, when it comes to dealing with fear, right? With fear, this is an interesting one. Fear is ignorant faith, guys. That is all what fear genuinely is. Fear is believing and knowing that something bad could happen, right? It's when you wrongfully transmute that energy of fear is when shit starts hitting the fucking fan, right? You need to know who you are, what you stand for, what identity you're going to become. That's the only way that you're going to escape fear. Because once you know who you are, right, you deep down believe that you know you're going to make it. You know you're going to get to this place. You're already there. Then anything in the external world, you could say, won't tempt you. When your bank account gets low, it won't tempt you. When something pops up, it won't get you. You'll be able to remain in a calm, collected attitude because you are internally shifted to the degree where all the other emotions and shit are not going to override you. Fear is ignorant faith. So you got to ask yourself, right? What would I rather believe about myself? Would I rather believe that I'm going to succeed regardless of this external circumstance, or am I going to fail? What do I have to choose in this scenario? Because all paths lead to one path. If you believe whatever shitty situation you're going through is going to run into like a horrible thing in the future, guess what? That shit is most likely going to fucking happen. But if you believe that you can be successful despite the current events of what you're going through, and you just move towards that path, you're going to fucking succeed, bro. It's really that fucking simple. Someone's coming down. I have a feeling I know who it is. Oh, buddy. Yeah. Our fucking sleep. What time do you go to sleep, bro?
1 p.m.
1 p.m.? Yeah. Aiden, do you have a song recommendation for the YouTube video?
My music is too good for that.
Yeah, he's gatekeeping maxing, bro. Hey, White Tea by Travis Scott, original version. That's nice. You want to leave a thought on the video? I'm doing how to be yourself. The next point I want to get to is society, bro. A lot of people, bro, one of the reasons why people are not the way they want to be is because they're trapped by the confinements of society, or you could say the fucking hive mind. When you want to become an entrepreneur, right, you're scared of what other people are going to view you as. You're scared of being seen. You're basically being a bitch. You're scared of being seen by people's opinions that don't matter and they don't align to the path that you're currently going on. If you were going to talk to me and Aiden and said, I want to succeed, I want to go to the gym, I want to fight, I want to go make this business hit 10K, we would believe in you. But you care about other people's opinions that don't even matter. And guess what? Those people are going to die. Me and him are going to fucking die. So does it really matter what other people think other than yourself? Because you're going to be on the deathbed wondering, am I going to make it? Why did I do this? Regret? And regret is a shallow fucking place to be. I don't want to regret anything in my life. That's why I take the actions. That's why when I came here, I barely had any money. But guess what? I started making money as soon as I came here. It's just that fucking simple, bro. You need to start doing things that make you happy. Because guess what? Me and him could get hit by a bus tomorrow. And what we're going to remember. I don't want to be in fucking heaven being like, God talking to me like, oh, you could have done this. You could have done that. But, you had a good life, right?
Yeah, that's scary, bro.
You had a good life. Imagine God coming up to you, right? And you die tomorrow, right? And he just pulls up the list of what you could have done because he knew your potential. And trust me, God knows your potential because he made you in his image. And he starts reading out, oh, you didn't talk to this girl. You didn't get in this relationship. You didn't take action on the business. But hey, you had a pretty okay life. You jerked off and played video games all the time. But that's fine, We'll reincarnate you. You're not going to remember anything. But, at least you'll remember that you could have done more. Imagine God telling you that, bro. Like, genuinely, you're just sitting there, right? And you're like, damn, that's it. All right, your thoughts.
Truthfully speaking, just imagine going through life trying to emulate somebody else's. You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of pointless, because at the end of the day, you're your own unique person. Like, you don't have the same hair, you don't have the same eyes, the nose, mouth as any other human being on the world. So why not use your own individuality to create a reality that's ultimately based on what's really internally wanted and needed?
Yeah.
That's what I gotta say.
Yeah, dude. You just need to be confident. And what confidence is really, in short terms, conviction. Right? A lot of people believe things, but they don't know things. Okay? When you know something to be true, it's a fact. It's a certainty that you're going to succeed. It's a fact that you're going to get there. But what beliefs can be shambled and broken, right? You've seen beliefs being broken. Beliefs don't have a stable foundation, but knowing, coming from the knowledge that you are and am, being that person, that conviction, that's what's going to carry you on, bro. That's the only thing that's going to carry you on. Whenever something bad happens in my reality, trying to test the character of myself, I know that I'm that person. And God knows that I'm that person. Having these strong internal knowings of beliefs will get you there, bro. That's the only thing that's going to get you there, truthfully. That's how to be yourself. And fuck what other people think, bro. Like, genuinely speaking, whenever you catch yourself walking around going, I wonder what that person thinks about me, literally just think to yourself, it's gonna be 5 seconds of bad thought, but I don't care. Their life is not mine. Their life is not mine. Who gives a shit? Who gives a solitary fuck? Because it really doesn't matter, bro. It really doesn't matter. That fame that you're chasing about, by the way, or that success, that business success, and keep this in mind. This has happened to me, bro. This has literally happened to me. Where you achieve it, people go, oh, congrats. And they're like, oh, let's go about my day. I only care about myself just as much as anyone else does psychologically. So what are you chasing, bro? You're chasing other people's happiness is that last 5 seconds for you. Even your closest friends, bro. Like, is that what we're really gonna do? Is that what we're gonna sacrifice our character for, bro? Like, it's fucking bullshit. You shouldn't do that to yourself. You shouldn't. And honestly, being yourself, high key, in my opinion, is knowing, right? Not believing, knowing who you are and not giving a fuck about what society thinks and taking the action towards that goal. When you start taking action, Jack Hopkins said this, the path starts to illuminate and you're able to see the destination more clearly, right? For example, the more action you take, the more you start to internally develop those feelings about yourself. The picture might be fucking 480p, right? But it starts to become 4K. The more action and the more times you reprogram yourself. That's it, bro. That's genuinely it, man. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna head off. I got some calls to take around in 2 hours. I want to get a couple meditations done and shit. And yeah, peace out, boys.